Hey there, YouTube. It's that time again. It's your Magic Dad back with another deck tech video. And today, I think we're going to all have fun with this one because you know what everybody has always found cool ever since you were a little kid and you found out they existed once upon a time? Yeah, that's right. We're looking at dinosaurs today. And it's one of my favorite commanders of all time. Without further ado, here she is. Pantlaza, Sun Favored. For 2 and Naya, you get a legendary creature dinosaur. It's a 4/4. Whenever Pantlaza or another dinosaur enters the battlefield under your control, you may discover X, where X is that creature's toughness. Do this only once each turn. If you don't know, Discover's an ability that says you exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land card with that mana value or less, and you can cast it without paying its mana cost or put it into your hand, and the rest on the bottom. And it's a May trigger, so if you don't want to discover off of the first creature that enters, you can wait. Pretty awesome. I absolutely love this commander. I got the pre-con from a friend who had an extra copy. Thanks, Nick. And I've loved it ever since. I've upgraded it. I'm going to show you some of the stuff I added to make it my own. Pantlaza is a very popular commander, by the way. Ranked 11 on EDH Rec, so I'm sure everybody knows about this dinosaur deck. It's powerful, it's fun, but you can definitely customize it, make it your own. For the stats, it's got 38 creatures, 37 lands, 7 instants, 5 enchantments, 6 sorceries, 6 artifacts, and 1 battle. That's right, we're doing a battle. And for the packages, it's got 19 pieces of ramp, 6 protection spells, 8 removal, 19 pieces of card advantage, 2 recursion, 1 overrun effect, and 1 tutor. So as you saw a second ago, we're going to look at the creatures first. The 6/6 Trample Ward 2 with Convoke. This is Ancient Imperiosaur. If you convoke it out, each creature that convokes to help pay for it gives it 2 +1/+1 counters. So this creature can enter and become huge. Next we got Apex Altasaur, a 10/10 that says when it enters the battlefield, it fights up to 1 target creature you don't control. And then when it's dealt damage, it fights another creature you don't control. So you can just keep doing this and clear the board, basically. Bonehor Dracosaur, this is one of my favorites. A 5/5 with flying and first strike. At the beginning of your upkeep, exile the top 2 cards of your library. You may play them this turn. If you exiled a land card this way, make a 3/1 red dinosaur creature token. If you exiled a non-land card this way, make a treasure token. This is doing so much. At your upkeep, you're getting card advantage, you're getting free bodies, you're getting treasure tokens. Guy's a house. Bronzebeak Foragers. Piece of removal on a creature when it enters. For each opponent, exile up to 1 target non-land permanent that player controls until he leaves the battlefield. And then you can pay X and a white to put a target card with mana value exiled by the Bronzebeak Foragers into its owner's graveyard, and you gain X life. So really good. Curator of Sun's Creation. This is one I added. Whenever you discover again for the same value. Triggers only once each turn, so this is phenomenal with your commander. You discover off your commander, and then you discover again off the Curator. Curious Altasaur. Card advantage every time your dinosaur hits a player, you draw a card. Dinosaur Egg. It has evolved, so whenever a creature you control enters with greater power or toughness, you put a 1/1 counter on it, and when the dinosaur egg dies, you may discover X, where X is its toughness. Not only that, it doesn't have defenders, so it can actually attack. Earthshaker Dreadmaw. When it enters, you draw a card for each dinosaur you control, and then it's a 6/6 Trampler. Great card advantage, good sized dinosaur. Elvish Piper. This is great value in the deck. You pay green and tap it, and you can put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. Just put a free giant monstrosity out for 1 green. Atali Primal Storm. Everybody knows the Atalis and fears the Atalis because they're going to steal your stuff. Whenever Atali attacks, exile the top card of each player's library, and then you may cast any number of spells from among those cards without paying their mana cost. Flaming Tyrannosaurus. This is a really fun one. A 5/5 with Menace. Whenever you cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, Flaming T-Rex deals 3 damage to any target, then put a 1/1 counter on it. And when he dies, he deals damage equal to its power to each opponent. You're going to be casting a lot of spells from places other than your hand in this deck with your commander always discovering. So he fits perfectly in the deck. I don't have to introduce anybody to Galt to Primal Hunger, 12/12 Trampler that's easy to cast once you have enough power on board. Gishath, the OG Dinosaur commander. 7/6 with Vigilance, Trample, and Haste, and whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you reveal that many cards from the top of your library, and you can put any number of dinosaurs from those onto the battlefield and the rest on the bottom. It's very expensive to cast, but you could just cheat it out and then just swing for 7 and possibly get 7 dinosaurs for free off the top. It's just so fun just for the chance of seeing that happen. Big splashy place. Hulking Raptor. He's got Ward 2, and at the beginning of your pre-combat main phase, you add 2 green. Great mana ramp in this deck. Intrepid Paleontologist. She is a sleeper in the deck because she looks like a mana dork, but you can pay 2 at instant speed and exile a target card from a graveyard. And you can cast dinosaur creature spells from among the cards you exiled with her. If you cast a spell this way, it enters with a finality counter. So this is great recursion and a little bit of graveyard hate against your opponents. Scytheclaw Raptor. This guy just says whenever a player casts a spell and it's not their turn, he does 4 damage to them. It can affect you too, but your opponents are probably going to be playing more instants than you are.
Artlist.io.
Temple Altasaur says if a source would deal damage to another dinosaur you control, prevent all but one of that damage. This is great insurance against your dinosaurs getting killed in battle. Sunfrill Imitator. This guy, when he attacks, you can have him become a copy of another target dinosaur you control, except it keeps its name and has this ability. So when he attacks, you could have him become a copy of your commander and stay that way because it doesn't say till end of turn. Then you're getting more and more of those sweet Discover triggers. Of course, Zakama Primal Calamity. She's a 9/9, Vigilance, Reach, and Trample. When she enters the battlefield, if you cast it, untap all lands you control. Then she's got 3 awesome abilities. 2 of them are removal. 1 does 3 damage to a target creature, 1 destroys a target artifact or enchantment, or you can just gain some life. She's a beast. Awakening Sun's Avatar. Costs 8 mana, but when it enters the battlefield, if you cast it from your hand, destroy all non-dinosaur creatures. This can be a great one-sided board wipe against your opponents. And finally, the amazing Zatalpa Primal Dawn. 4/8 with flying, double strike, vigilance, trample, indestructible, all the keyword soup. It's become a bit of a meme at this point because they pushed him into every precon possible, but still, it's a great dinosaur. And as I promised, we do have a battle in this deck. I'm going to show that to you guys right now. Invasion of Ikoria. As it enters, you search your library or graveyard for a non-human creature card with mana value X or less and put it on the battlefield. If you search your library, this way you got to shuffle. This is a great tutor for any dinosaur you want as long as you can pay enough into X. And then you assign it to an opponent to defend it, because if they don't and you remove all of its siege counters, it turns into Xylortha, Apex of Ikoria, an 8/8 with reach that says, for each non-human creature you control, you can have the creature assign its combat damage as though it weren't blocked. Very scary once it's flipped over. So we got a bunch of other stuff in the deck. Let's see, what instants and sorceries do we got? Pretty much your typical package of ramp with Cultivate. We've also got Thunderherd Migration, which is basically a rampant growth, but you got to reveal a dinosaur or pay an extra 1. The OG Rampant Growth. Bar Seek, find anything except for a forest. Temple is under attack. Gives your creatures indestructible until end of turn, or you and a target opponent could each draw 2 cards.
Music licensing reimagined.
Achroma's Will. If you have your commander and control it, you could use both modes and give your creatures flying, vigilance, double strike, lifelink, indestructible, and protection from each color until end of turn. A bit of a game ender, honestly. And Boros Charm. You can deal 4 damage to a target player, make your permanents indestructible until end of turn, or give a target creature double strike until end of turn. So great modal instant spell.
Artlist.io.
We also got some enchantments and artifacts in the deck. Descendant's Path is great. Beginning your upkeep, you reveal the top card of your library. If it's a creature card that shares a creature type with one you control, you may cast it without paying its mana cost. If you don't cast it, Put them on the bottom of your library. So this can be great value
Music
if you're just
licensing
flipping
reimagined.
over a card and it's a dinosaur, you just get it for free. From the rubble, as it enters the battlefield, you choose a creature type, and at your end step, you return a target creature card of the chosen type from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter on it. So your opponents wipe your board full of dinosaurs, that's okay, I'm going to get one back for free every end step. Guardian Project says when a non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, it doesn't have the same name as another creature you control or one in your graveyard, draw a card. Great card advantage. Poetic Ingenuity, this is a fun one. Whenever one or more dinosaurs you control attack, create that many treasure tokens. Great ramp. And whenever you cast an artifact spell, create a 3/1 dinosaur creature token. I mostly added it for the ramp because it really
Music
pays off.
licensing reimagined.
Rhythm of the Wild says creature spells you control cannot be countered. This is great if you got a blue player in the pot and you just want to make sure you're casting your dinosaurs without having to worry about it. And they also enter with Riot, which means they can have haste or enter with another +1/+1 counter. Monster Manual. This is a great artifact. It has a sorcery, which I don't do it too often, but pay the 1 in the green and tap the Monster Manual and put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield.
Artlist.io.
Urza's Incubator is great in the deck. You choose a creature type, and your creature spells of the chosen type cost 2 less to cast. That's huge mana value. Also got Cloud Key. You can choose any artifact, creature, enchantment, instant, or sorcery, and the spells you cast of the chosen type cost 1 less.
reimagined.
I usually choose creature, and then my dinosaurs are even cheaper. Finally, we got Progenitor's Icon. When it enters, you choose a creature type. You can add mana of any color, or you tap it to give the next spell of the chosen type you cast this turn Flash. So you could flash in dinosaurs with this and catch your opponents off guard.
Artlist.io.
So next, we've got a few lands that I find pretty cool in the deck. So I love these dual face lands. You can choose to either play it on its red side or its green side.
Music
Or
licensing
we have the
reimagined.
Branch Loft Pathway. You can put it on its green side or its white side. So these are great for fixing your mana. We've got Mossfort Bridge with Hideaway 4. When it enters the battlefield, look at the top 4 cards of your library and exile 1 face down and put the rest on the bottom in a random order. It enters the battlefield tapped, but later you pay a green, tap it, you can play the exile card without paying its mana cost. If creatures you control have total power 10 or greater. So you can cheat in something huge for only 1 green. Exclude Courtyard, choose a creature type. Basically gives you 1 mana of any color, but just to cast those creatures. Same thing with Unclaimed Territory. And we got Keswick Wolf Run. It's a colorless land, but you
Music
can pay
licensing
X red and green and
reimagined.
tap it to give a target creature +X/+O and trample until end of turn. So great utility on this land. And that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I don't know about you, but I always enjoy dinosaurs. I love this deck. Always enjoy playing it. Pantlaza is just an awesome dinosaur commander. I always have fun with it. I probably always will. It's great to upgrade, and it's powerful.
Artlist.io.
If you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate it if you subscribe, like, just write something in the comments. I'm going to be continuing to make these videos, and if you want to see the full deck list, I'm going to put my Mox Filled link in the description. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Music licensing reimagined.